Welcome back to the channel, guys. Axe here from Kansas City. We was going to talk about that those purchases that we were looking at. Thank you for coming back to the channel, guys. What is this here? It seems like would you have to use this stuff every day or something to make use of it? It's like every day you have to use these claimed arcane points. Let's take a look at that, guys. Arcane Cipher. So it does every 24 hours it resets, or is this the last final countdown? It's a shame or a pity I can't really make use of this particular stuff. Well, I've gotten all that, right? So I have all that. Is any of this worth getting? Some records. Nothing there. 3 astrolites and nothing there. It's a waste. To me, that is. Got 28 of these we could use. So, what do you guys think? Oh, nice to have a call out there, guys. Let me pause. Alright, so, this stuff here, we got here, nothing in there. I've used whatever was in there. Something free right here. Alright, so, let's use some of these guys. Less than the jackpot. Times 1 or something like that. Alright. Definitely enough of that. So thanks for hanging out with me, guys. I am not really doing anything. I have to get on the road in the morning. It is 2 a.m. here in Kansas City. And I like listening to my videos when I drive. Especially if I'm saying something that's worth hearing to myself, you know. Which every time I speak to me, it all sounds great. I enjoy it. So let's take a look at what we have gotten here lately. Some Lunite there. That's the consequences of being in a warring guild. You are going to definitely be, let's put this to the side here. You're definitely going to be investing in some Lunite and some Lunite speeds. I actually bought this pack, guys, for the Lunite. That's how bad it was. Now, of course, you get the Castle Stars and the Astrolites, but that's not the purpose of buying it. There's really not enough in there for that. If you get this 1+1, then that's probably worth it then. But to get it, and I bought a couple of them, as a matter of fact. But to get it for that price is not worth it. And then they come out with a coupon. And of course, you have to get all of those that you can get, because you're in a warring guild, right? There's some speeds, I know, some more speeds and more of that. Definitely needed those. It's kind of like what they had in there, so you like basically got to go get it. There's more of that. Migration scrolls. This I have never done. I have never purchased migration scrolls, guys. And it's not something I don't think anybody likes purchasing migration scrolls. But I've never had to purchase migration scrolls because I've never been in a guild that migrates every 2 weeks. And so, yeah. So my conclusion will be this, guys. If you are If you're not in a guild that is a warring guild, a guild that relocates and migrates every month or every 2 weeks, most warring guilds migrate every 2 weeks, and they don't always necessarily migrate to a kingdom where you use a relocator. So if you're in a guild like that, then yes, it will be costly to have a lot of might, such as 4, 5, 600 billion might. And sometimes 3 billion might can be a little costly, on a little costly side, but not really too much at all. But the flip side of that, the other side of that coin is if you're not in a warring guild, where your guild does not migrate every month or every 2, 3, or 4 months. You may migrate only 2 to 4 times in a year. Or even you may stay in the same kingdom for about 6 months or a year, you know. If that is the case, then that particular castle, it really doesn't matter where, how many troops you have and how big you are. You can be 5, 10 billion might, because your guild does not migrate often at all. You would more than likely always come into a sufficient and enough guild coins, or even getting migration scrolls to events and things like that, or packs that where it's worth it enough that you don't have to go and purchase things like this. Which gives you only a very minimum amount of migration scrolls, and I did use 1+1 on it as well. That's the only way that you can even attempt to make some rationale of it. So it just shows you how much emphasis IGG places on certain items. They know it's important for guilds, many guilds, to migrate. They know that's important because they understand clearly how kingdoms run dry. And IGG is so clever, guys. Everything is done by means of calculation. IGG makes all these kingdoms. They continue to open kingdoms and broaden kingdoms and expand the game with kingdoms. And they make kingdoms at a rate that's far, far greater than the amount of people and players or castles and accounts enter into the game. So what you're left with is minimum amount of castles and players and a whole lot of kingdoms. And then you have kingdoms where they're restricted and lots of players can't even go there. So in that sense, they're calculative. They're calculative, and it's not something they necessarily thought well through. But when it comes to finances and making money, it's a very good plan. It's ingenious, because if you get major warring guilds that come to a kingdom, they can dry up that kingdom, they can kill that kingdom. And guilds and castles that are at the beginning or the end of their food chain there, the lowest at the ones that the castles feed off, the ones that the rally leagues feed off, those players either migrate to another kingdom and they experience the same thing there after a while, or they just stay there and not have a pleasurable gaming experience unless they, you know, invest in not being zero, whatever that might mean for them. So, um, so IGG does this thing, and they know players gotta migrate, so they make migration for castles that are big like me. To get big is punishable by migration, because it's costly. When you know, hey, but they've changed a little bit. They've changed some things. Then we have some more Lunite there. You see more Lunite there. Some more diamonds, more Lunite. It's like you really gotta get all the Lunite, right? More diamonds, more Lunite, more another 1-for-1. They came out with a double coupon, so you can't really ever have enough Lunite, guys. It's like really. Let me back up right quick, guys. I want to see something. I want to see something here. Forgive me for backing up. I want to see something right quick. I want to see how many of those I have. Okay, so that's what I want to say. Now I'll go back forward. And we were dealing with the 1+1 Lunite. There we go, the double. Okay, so that's it there. So that's one thing I say about when you're in a warring guild, you're constantly dealing with 87,935. And over here we have 658, which I need to get my T5 out of there. But I didn't feel like putting on my infantry, my talents. This increases training speed. That's just training speed, but that doesn't facilitate in healing, whereas training does. The training speed does, right? Doesn't it? Increases barrack training speed by 10%. I've always thought that I've always been told, I thought that, well, I'm sure it is, putting on your talents for training reduces the cost. Like right now, 6 days, 8 hours. 6 days and 8 hours for healing. If I put on a training boost, let's just say I do 20%, and now it's 5 days, 23 hours. So does IGG consider healing troops training troops? Because it clearly says that it is a training boost. And there's no clickable information on that. But it clearly says training boost. It says nothing about increases healing speed in there. As you can see right here, training speed. Increases training speed. Next level training speed. Training speed. So healing is training troops. It's real funny, guys. So obviously I could have put my talents on too, and that could have been, or would be, much cheaper. So let's do that. So I'm looking to actually I think what I want to do is maybe do some. I still got to learn a lot about rally leading, to be honest. So I'm not in a rush at the moment to be a trap account or anything like that once I lose more troops. And some of you were mentioning when I lost troops, you were thinking just like I was thinking. You were thinking that, okay, what if, because you guys know Chaos Arena or Guild Expedition, or one of them just passed, and I was thinking I could kill all my troops in there or wound a ton of troops. One person may mention that the troops would the troops in the infirmary would be used for might purposes, and I didn't catch what he was saying. I didn't really catch that. But me not understanding, because I haven't trialed it, I haven't used it, I wouldn't actually know to do something like that. I think that there are some players who actually do. I think there's some players who actually do use the Chaos Arena and events like that and expeditions to um, actually expand their troops in there and enlarge them just for the purpose of having 30 and 40 and 50 million troops in their infirmary after those events, and then be in a trap where they can pull out all those troops and surprise someone, which is a good way to trap. I've seen people doing that. It's pretty common nowadays. So I'm getting those ready to gather some Lunite. I don't necessarily. I used to be in the Mirage realm, guys. I used to do that quite a bit. I used to do it quite a bit, but when you're not in a war guild, Lunite is really less important. It's not necessarily a necessity in a sense, a gaming necessity. It's just, it's just a thing. And a lot of players, if they're not in war guilds, they're really not really into building T5s anyway, or a lot of them anyway. Which, as you can see, I currently have a low amount of T5. All right, let's use this. And we're gonna gather some Lunite, guys, in the Mirage Rim. One good thing about the Mirage Rim is the ability to hunt your monster of your choice. I've never been successful at getting any kind of materials that lead to upgrading a gear piece. It just never has happened for me at all. Maybe I get some common or uncommon ones, but anything beyond that at all. Very rarely, I don't think, if ever, have I gotten a epic one. Okay, so let's get some heroes going here. Not those, so. Alright, here we go, guys. We're going to gather some. I actually need this too. Actually need this too. You guys know that using Siege has a greater capacity, carrying capacity, low capacity than just using troops. Like that one would gather 455. If I use T5, it would gather almost less, and then that's 442. This one is 277. This one's 442, but this here is 455 siege, and then range 442 is the next highest, and then infantry is 240. So all of them have different 577 destroyers compared to this one doing. Compared to this one here doing 455. These do 588. So you get actually more with the destroyers. And I'll add some of these with it. Now I actually have some over here that I need to just return to the castle so I can reload. Get going, man. They're moving, guys. They're moving. It's taking forever, but they're moving. This guy's dragging his tail. Get on up in that castle. Alright, that's cool. Alright, so now we'll go and gather some more here. I try not to include the troops that I use for particular gear sets, like monster hunting of some sort, where Petite Devil is real good as one of the magic attack stats. Alright. We should have some destroyers back now. Alright. 701 destroyers there. And this one ain't full though. But anyway, it wasn't full. I'm gonna use it anyway though. Let's use that anyway. So 786, let's use that. Like I said, if you're not constantly warring every day, then Lunite is not something that is essential or necessary for you. You get it whenever you can or feel like you need it. But I will tell you by experience that not having Lunite is not nice or healthy. If you're gaming, it can be concerning, especially when you need to heal T5. Because if your infirmary is full of T5, if your infirmary is full of T5, then you don't have Lunite to heal them, then those T5 troops are going to remain in there, and you can attempt to navigate around that by letting your T5 go to your sanctuary. I guess it's the same percentage as they would go to the infirmary. And keep in mind that if your T5 troops are in the sanctuary, they do not need Lunite to heal them or put them back in the game. So that's a good way of beating the system, but a lot of people don't want to do that necessarily. All right, let's get those in the game there. So that can take time too, depending on how many troops it is. Try to make sure none of those are in my gear sets there. All right, so that'll be the last one that we do right there, guys. Could use some T5, but I'm not gonna do that. It's just useless. All right, that's enough of that there, guys. Okay, so that's that on there. So we got them gathering, which is a total of, I've only got 5 marches in there. I normally like to have more than that, but that's okay. It's cool. It's time for me to get some sleep, man. Time for me to get some sleep. Lunite is a big thing, guys. Big problem. Big problem Lunite is, guys. And so far, I'm not sure. I don't think IGG has made a. I think they do have some artifacts that deal with crafting, right? crafting speed or something. Let's see. Aren't we able to search those? We're not able to search them. Can't search them, huh? Okay, well, whatever. Let's go look for them. So another thing is to kind of, if they do have it, which I think they do, they don't have it in Mirage, but I think they have it in Artifacts where you can get a crafting boost. And if that's in here, since I'm in a warring guild, it is something that I should have as one of my Amnia production, merging, familiars. Haven't seen crafting yet, guys. Okay. Resource gathering. Resource gathering could also be something that could be beneficial as well. Resource gathering 7%. Alright, got this max. Max this. Doesn't show. Okay. So resource gathering. But maybe I'm wrong, guys. Maybe I'm tripping. There is no. See merging, resource gathering again. Monster hunting, training speed. I don't see anything that does with crafting. It may not be anything that does with crafting, guys. That's another resource gathering speed. That could be pretty good. You use something like that. No, I don't think that's going to be what we're looking for on there, guys. Not going to be there, guys. Okay. I do need to figure out which one of these do I want to upgrade. This does give like 4% points. That's 2%. 2% increase on one of those. So I have the options of like one or the other. Because I can go forward, I have to go backwards. That one's 80. So I could do almost two of them. That's different, but that's different. The other ones was 120 then. Yeah, they're 120. So I gotta figure that out, man. Alright, so so what are we looking for here, guys? Nothing there. I do have something there. Always get food out of there. Always exchange gold for whatever's in there, and always exchange any of the other items, food or and wood. Always change them for any kind of other purchases, whether it's food or speeds of any kind. Always use those. So I do need to do this training here, guys. Quite a bit of it. 3 days and 16 hours. What kind of speeds do I have? Let's have a see. Three 24 hours, 2 8 hours, and one hour. I do need to use some of those guys because we're always using them in here. So I need to take care of that. Which I don't feel like doing it in this video. I'll do it in another one. I really just kind of want to talk with you guys on how that happened when my camera got turned around. You guys can see my feet now. So, I actually wanted to just talk with you guys, man. Another thing I didn't know, guys, is Turf Quest that does increase your might. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about here. I didn't know this either. I didn't know that my stats here, 70% win ratio, guys. Look at all those troops I've lost, guys. Over 500 million troops lost. Let's check out the thing here. Research is 1.3 billion. My quests are 200 million might, guys. And some players were like, don't ever click on your quests. I guess it depends on, yeah, because I guess it's just really unnecessary weight, right? Honestly, it really is. It's unnecessary weight. It's like just unbeneficial weight clicking on those. I never knew that. I always used to click it and think I was doing something great. Let me see here what we got here. Right there. IGG comes up with all these things. Hell event 3 highest combos 14. Troop by 2.7 billion. Alright guys, so that's what I want to talk to you guys about. Just kind of relax with you and chill with you. Yeah, this is a different experience. I'm not sure how long as long as I'm gaming, I'll continue this particular journey. But I do want to finish what I start, and I want to learn how to properly rally lead. I want to be well-rounded, and honestly, to be honest, what better place is there to be than with Knight and with AG? People are cool in every guild, I guess, you know. Every guild is cool, because I've never had any guild that was not cool. I mean, guilds have problems, you know, because of dealing with people. You know, there's disagreements and things like that. But for the most part, it's always, I've always found a lot of people I get along with, basically. It's far more people I get along with than what I am not on good terms with. So, it's always something. There's another guy doing another. He's going range. Some infantry in there. Gonna give him some range guys. Some infantry in there. No, sorry guys. We really don't need any infantry in there, but if you want some, we can put some in there. It's not like this is an actual rally war. Make sure I'm sending the right thing there. Yeah. Okay, guys, so I gotta get some rest so I can get on the road in the morning. I gotta go to St. Joe in the morning on Sunday. Sunday the September the 15th. Well, actually, Sunday today is the 14th. So, I think that's it, man, that I have for right now. I haven't been really actually buying stuff that's not majorly important. So really, at this point, I'm really trying to condense myself down and focus on just really having the T5 and the T4 I need to continue to be useful and resourceful for this guild while I'm here. I want to be a contributor, a helper, and not someone that's not assisting in a good way. So we also got food in here, guys. I don't know how much this actually equates to. 100 times 380k, or actually it's 150, right? 150 in food times 38,000. $100 times 38 is, what's that, 300, what's that, 38k, 38,000, add 2 zeros, what you got? 2 zeros is 38k, 2 zeros pushes it, 1 zero pushes to 300, another one to a million, so it's like 3 million times 100. 3 million plus half of that, so 4.5 million, something like that. It's not actually a lot. Let me look it up. If you look up, 38,000 times 150. Actually, it's times 150,000 and not times 150, guys. I had that wrong. All right, so you get 5 billion out of there. So that's 5 billion rests right there. And if I needed to open it all up, that shouldn't happen with the Samsung Galaxy S24. There's no way I can open up a calculator in the app. I know I'm running this recording over screen app, but my app should have not refreshed like that, guys. That's just, these guys, these phone companies and all these people be on some scandalous stuff, man. Just about a bunch of frauds. What we got here? Get 500 for $99. Or you can go up here and get, 795 for $99. You don't get as many of the Astrolite chests, the value, as you would in here. I don't know why that value changes drastically like that. I can definitely use some of those castle stars, star scrolls, because I still got castles I need to fill up, man. One there. Look like I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I still got 9 castle skins that I need to level up. My only problem with it, guys, is I had a bad experience, guys, with Astrolites yesterday. I opened up thousands upon thousands of Astrolites, guys. Opened up I don't know if it was there, but it was, let me see where it was at. I opened up on gear I actually wanted to upgrade. This one, several pieces that I actually want to have upgraded. I mean, and then some pieces like the Kodaks and mitts that I tried to get to 15. I'm talking about opening up 5,000, 7,000, and not getting any success on some of them. Some of them I just got 1 out of 6,000 or 5,000, and it was like, damn, 1. So that's like crazy. As you can see, well, I went from 5.2 guys to 4.4. Alright, man, so yeah, I want to share my thoughts with you guys about the game. Game is taxing, man. It's really taxing. It's fun learning, though. I ain't gonna lie. It's good to be here. It's good to be here. So me personally, I just want to stack up on my, Lunite and things like that. Learn what I can learn here, with these guys. It takes some time. It actually just takes time. I mean, I want to get to the point where I know it enough to actually predict what Knight is going to send. It's a lot I still need to learn, man. I mean, it's just so much. I need to be much swifter and quicker at wall breaking and phalanx testing. And I'm not going to be if I don't actually practice it constantly. The best thing for this game is kind of like to just give it up, to be honest. And I know a lot of players feel like that. I use the game a lot of times as a means of relaxing because it's always something to do. I'm sure it's worse for Knight than it is for me because you don't have upgrades and updates and things like that you can do. You're just, people like me, is always something I can improve on my account. Whereas Knights, literally, players like Knights and other maxed accounts are literally waiting on stuff to come out because they're already fully maxed, man. And that's gotta be crazy, man. We have something to look forward to, But I guess, small little things come out, such as new decorations like this here, and Knight's able to jump on those, and Knight's able to make use of these and, just add more things to his account. So that's always, you take advantage of it, So, yeah. Alright, so we got some more decorations there. A couple of decorations right there. Just got 3 of them. Alright guys, let me get out of here and go to sleep. That's it for me today. Just tired. Hope you guys have a good weekend and a pleasant weekday. I'm out, guys. Here from Kansas City.